You can hear their footsteps, can't you? Frantic, restless, pounding against the cold, unforgiving ground. Their voices break the silence, trembling with desperation. They're calling out your name, over and over, like it'll somehow turn back time. But you know better, don't you? It's too late. Far, far too late. You've slipped beyond their reach, and they can't stand it. You've seen this before, the way they unravel, chasing the ghost of someone they never truly saw. Let me take you deeper, not to the place they're searching for you, but to the heart of why they search, and why they'll never find you. They never saw it coming. You were always there, giving everything you had, with no expectations, no demands. You never asked for anything in return. All you ever wanted was to be seen. But they didn't look, not really. They saw your presence, sure, but they never truly saw you, your sacrifices, your loyalty, your quiet strength. They were invisible to them. And that's where the problem began. They underestimated you. They took you for granted because they thought you were always going to be there. But now things have shifted. Now they're looking for you. But it's too late. The moments they shared with you, they never understood their value. They never realized how much you brought to the table. You weren't just another face in the crowd. You were a force, a source of light, a constant in their lives. Yet they walked away, too blind to see that they were losing something priceless. They went after the next shiny thing, the next fleeting distraction, leaving you behind. And now, they're regretting it. They're scrambling, trying to find you, but they're searching in all the wrong places. They're looking for a version of you that's no longer there. They used to walk past your efforts like they were nothing. You always went the extra mile, doing things for them without hesitation, lifting them up when they were down, picking up the pieces when they fell apart. You were the glue that held things together, yet they never valued you for it. They never appreciated your kindness, never recognized the weight of the things you carried for them. Now that they've seen the world without you in it, they're beginning to realize just how much they took you for granted. But you're not there anymore. Not the same person, not the same energy. You're distant, and they're too late. They think back on those moments, the ones where you were there, so dependable, so giving, yet they never truly saw you. They took you as a guarantee, like you were a fixture in their life, something they didn't need to cherish. They assumed they could always come back to you when things didn't work out with others, as if you were a backup plan. But you're not a safety net. You're not just a fallback. You were the one who should have been prioritized, the one who deserved the respect and love they gave to everyone else. But they didn't realize it then. Now, they're searching for a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. They remember your words now, the ones they brushed off before. They remember the advice you gave, the encouragement you offered, the ways you tried to help them see their own potential. But it's too late to act on those words. They regret not listening, regret not taking you seriously. They regret the times they dismissed you as just another voice, thinking they knew better, thinking their own plans were more important than the bond you had. But now they're left with the haunting echo of your advice, the realization that they were wrong. They realized that they were the ones who failed to see your worth. And now they're searching for you, hoping to fix things, hoping to make amends. But it's too late. You've moved on, grown beyond the person they thought they knew. You were always there for them, loyal to a fault, doing things for them without question. But now, they look at their own actions, and they see a different picture. They see their words, their actions, the times they pushed you away, made you feel unimportant. They see the dismissive glances, the careless remarks, the times they made you feel like you were invisible. They now regret treating you like an afterthought, realizing just how much they lost when they couldn't see the treasure right in front of them. They regret it now, but they don't get the chance to undo it. You're not there anymore, not the same person. You've transformed. You might have been there for them in ways no one else was, but they failed to recognize the value of your presence. They failed to understand that you weren't a burden, that you weren't just someone they could push aside and pick up again when they needed you. They mistook your loyalty for weakness, your kindness for something that could be exploited. They thought you would always be there when they needed a friend, a lover, a shoulder to lean on. But now that they've pushed you away, now that they've driven you to the edge, they realize how wrong they were. Now they're searching for you, trying to reconnect. But you're not the same anymore. You're not the person they once knew. Now they're searching for you with a sense of urgency, as if time is running out. They want to make things right, to apologize, to fix what's been broken. But the truth is, you can't undo the past. The damage has been done, and the scars are there. They can try to find you, to reach out, but they're looking for someone who doesn't exist anymore. The person they could have had, the person they could have appreciated, is gone. You've grown, you've moved on. And now, they're left with the painful realization that they had something beautiful, and they let it slip through their fingers. They're starting to see now, aren't they? They see how your absence has left a void in their lives, how the places you used to fill are now empty. They see how everything feels off without you around. They thought they could replace you, thought they could find someone else to give them what you gave. But no one else can love the way you did. No one else can offer the same care, the same support, the same understanding. You were irreplaceable, and they're seeing that now. But now, it's too late. They didn't appreciate your sacrifices when you were giving them everything you had. They didn't see how much you were putting into the relationship, how much you were doing for them. They didn't realize that your love, your attention, your dedication were gifts. They thought it was all just part of who you were, something they could take for granted. But now, as they search for you, hoping for reconciliation, they realize that you were the constant in their lives. You were the person they could always count on, the person who was always there. But now, that person is gone. You found your own path, and they're too late. They want to apologize now. They want to explain themselves, to make excuses for their actions. But the truth is, apologies don't erase the hurt they caused. Words don't undo the pain they inflicted. The trust that was broken can't be repaired with a simple sorry. The bond you shared, the connection you had, was shattered, and now they have to live with the consequences of their actions. They've searched for you, but they can't find you. The person they knew has evolved into someone unrecognizable, someone who no longer has time for the people who failed to appreciate their worth. They thought they could move on. They believed time would heal everything, that the distance between you and them would simply fade away with the passing days. But time doesn't heal what's broken. It exposes it. And the cracks they ignored, the wounds they inflicted, have grown bigger. They can't escape the reality that they built their own cage. The cage they thought was built for you to stay in, but it ended up being theirs. You've moved on, evolved into someone stronger, someone more self-aware. You've embraced the freedom that they denied you, the freedom that they never gave you a chance to experience. Now they are desperate. They thought they could find someone else to fill your place, someone to give them the validation, the support, the care that you once gave. But they've learned the hard way. There's no substitute for what you were, no matter who they search for. No one else can replicate what you offered. You were unique in every way. Your loyalty, your patience, your unconditional support. They're beginning to understand now that they weren't just losing you. They were losing a part of themselves that they could never get back. You were their mirror, their reflection. And now that you're gone, they can't even recognize the person staring back at them. Every move they make, every person they meet, reminds them of how much they failed you. The friends they turn to for comfort don't see them the way you did. They can't offer the same level of understanding, the same depth of connection. The relationships they try to form don't feel the same, because nothing can replace the bond you two once had. They might try to go through the motions, but there's an emptiness, a void that nothing can fill. You're gone, and they can't find their way back. They're searching for you now, but it's too late. They think time will give them another chance, but the truth is, time doesn't work that way. It doesn't rewind. It doesn't grant second chances. The clock has already ticked past that moment. The opportunity to appreciate you, to love you, to respect you, it passed long ago. And now, they have to live with the consequences of their actions. They're left with the haunting knowledge that they let something precious slip through their fingers. And that knowledge, it cuts deeper than any apology ever could. They search for you in every crowd, in every conversation, hoping to catch a glimpse of the person you used to be. They scroll through old messages, replay old memories, wishing they could turn back time. But the person they're searching for isn't there anymore. You've shed that old skin, that person who was willing to sacrifice for them, who was willing to endure the pain, the neglect. You're not that person anymore. And that's the hardest truth for them to swallow. They were looking for the wrong version of you, the version that allowed them to walk all over you, the version that never demanded respect. They didn't realize how much they needed you until they no longer had you. They will search, but they will never find what they're looking for. The love they once took for granted is gone. The loyalty they ignored has faded into the background of their past. The support they thought they could always lean on has been replaced by your silence, your absence. And now they have to face the reality that they were the architects of their own misery. They built the walls, they made the choices, and now they're stuck within them. You've moved on, and they're left behind, lost in a world that no longer feels the same. But here's the thing, they never realized the power you held. They never understood that you were never their backup, their second choice. You were always their first. You were the one who showed them what true love, loyalty, and commitment looked like. But they didn't see it then. They took you for granted, thinking they could always return to you when things didn't work out with others. But you were never their safety net. You were their chance at something real. And now, they're left holding the pieces of their own broken heart, realizing that they let the best thing they ever had slip away. They'll search for you, they'll look for answers, they'll try to justify their actions with excuses. But in the end, the only person they need to face is themselves. They need to look in the mirror and accept the fact that they were the ones who drove you away. They were the ones who couldn't see your worth until it was too late. And no amount of searching, no amount of regret will bring back what they lost. The only thing they can do now is live with the fact that they let you go. And that, in itself, will be their punishment. The silence that fills their life now is deafening. The absence of your presence echoes in their every moment. Every celebration feels empty without you there. Every achievement feels hollow because they don't have you to share it with. Every day, they feel the weight of what they lost. But it's too late. The window of opportunity has closed, and they didn't take it. They didn't recognize the treasure they had in front of them. And now, they'll have to live with the consequences. You're gone, and they're left with nothing but their own regret. As they search for you, they'll find nothing but memories. Memories that will haunt them for the rest of their life. They'll replay every moment when they took you for granted, every time they dismissed you, every time they made you feel invisible. And in those moments, they'll realize that they were the ones who were invisible all along. They couldn't see you when they had the chance. And now, they'll never be able to find you again. They'll search, but it's too late. You've moved on. You've found your peace. You've found your strength. And now, they'll have to live with the knowledge that they lost the one person who truly cared. You were never just another person in their life. You were everything. But now, they're left with the painful truth that they'll never get you back. And in that moment, they'll realize the power of your absence, because your absence will be the last thing they ever feel.